Morning.
Morning, good morning. Morning. Whatever, y'all. Happy day.
What up?
Morning.
Morning, sir. Morning.
You let the people know what you're doing right
Ken,
now?
where you going, Ken?
I am blowing bubbles right now. I just felt the need to blow some bubbles this morning.
Good morning.
You.
What is it, bid?
Good morning.
Good morning, Sam. Crazy. I do that everywhere. Good morning again.
Good morning.
Sam. How are you?
Waiting on Marcus. He's just.
Miss Adrian is saying good morning. Hi. We're here together.
Good morning, sir.
It was good. Good morning, man. How y'all doing? See how I cut that on? See how I cut that on? You never know around here. The cameras are all over the place. This is Patrick, y'all. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing good.
Off to another day, another Wednesday morning. We're ready to go to the park. Gonna have some fun, some fellowship. We are excited, and then we're gonna get geared up for 2 days of conference with TD Jakes. Man, we're excited. Be back to you shortly.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're bonding.
She's trying to hide. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, wow, really? Good morning.
I'm just saying good morning to everybody.
Good morning. It's a great morning.
Good morning, man. Live from Orlando. Church is still changing lives, man. About to head to Disney. Thank you, leadership. Looking forward to a great conference. Even looking forward to a better day. Peace.
Version of the name. So she came up with Kendrick. His name really Kendrick. 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 Whatever.
Trick.
My name is
T-R-I-C-K.
It's
Let's see the back of your shirt. Let's see the back of the shirt. So you really say.
It's Kendrick.
So this is for everybody who thought it was Kendrick. It's not.
This is my Fred Hammond hat. You know, blessed, blessed, blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed at Disney World.
No stragglers, sir.
Hey, no worries. I always pick up the rear. Make sure nobody's left behind. Get some of that.
This is really not the greatest place on earth. The Mount is.
What's going on? Tell it. What's going on? Yo.
Blvd. robots came and got rid of Charles' face and like was.
I ain't had no argument with none of y'all that you take.
I think about the parade.
It was good. I thought it was outstanding. And of course, Mickey pulled up the rear. It was great.
What do you think about the parade?
Oh my gosh, we love the parade. You should have seen, look, Lady Brandy got a little shout out. They was trying to talk to her, so she was so excited. It's the most magical place in the world. Welcome to Disney.
That's Dr. Kimberly.
Oh, here he goes.
Baby. That's Dr. And the baby. It's Pastor LJ. Let's take a picture. Come on, let's take a picture.
Yeah.
How you doing? Everything good? Hey. What's happening? You done all right? All right, good.
Put him right on blast.
How are you?
Hey, man, good to see you, boy.
What you saying? How you? Is there a art to this?
Wow.
So what are you expecting today? True?
What's going on, sir? Good to see you, man. You doing all
Well, so far I've just been walking. I don't do roller coasters, so I'm sitting here holding bags. You know, that's what I do at the amusement park, holding bags. But if I see a little kiddie ride, then of course I'll be on.
Alright, so the trip has been great so far. Again, the biggest thing for me, like I said in my first interview, is just spending time with a lot of the people that I work with in the church. It's been amazing. And I will say, while I'm looking to see the different types of service that, for instance, with Disney and things of that nature, I've been learning that we have a lot of people in our group that serve on their own. As you can see, I'm getting chauffeured in a wheelchair because I'm recovering from a broken ankle, but everybody has been like offering to help without question and making sure I'm doing what I need to do to continue healing, and I really appreciate that. So it's been awesome so far. Looking forward to everything else going on.
And he helping us get to the front of the line too.
I like to serve where I can. Unfortunately, I don't really do rides no more. So, but where I can help, yeah, I'll definitely.
Yes.
Oh, she got it too.
There is the Disney Experience Tinkerbell.
They still charge 20 for the whole
Minnie Mouse.
Get when I turn around, because they ain't seen my face. Let me know.
Got you. Elder coming first. Turn that way a little bit. There you go. I think Bishop gotta tell you something.
You got a face.
Yeah, here it is. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, but it went up, but it won't high, and it came down, but it won't. It went down real quick, came down. So some little quick jumps, but.
Made me sit in the front seat.
How was it?
It was amazing. And who are you? I cannot. It's y'all, Bishop. On a speedway.
Number 5 over here. You can order on the app and just pick it up right here.
Is that okay?
I think it's really crazy because we can go to the Mount, to the Disney app, and I was able to order my food on the Disney app, and then we can pick it up right here at the bay. So what if we did that at church? You never know how we can make that work.
I'm having an issue with ordering. So we can point you
Everybody
out.
over 40 is having an issue with ordering. Now they want to say everybody over 40, but let me tell you, I've been helping them on this app since we've been here. Huh? Come on. Come on, Jesus. Take over their life.
I have straws.
Is that lunar lemonade?
Yes, it is.
You had it before?
I like it.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Big old bite, huh?
Thank you.
We used to do that when we were young. It was so fun. That was the culture treat. Yes, sir. After service.
Well, first of all, good evening. Man, I didn't mean to get y'all out of the pool. Good evening once again to everybody.
Okay.
Good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
I want to introduce these two lovely ladies to you. Sitting at the table is Miss Brenda.
Yeah. All right.
She is a retiree from Exxon. She works in the accounting department at New Light and cooks for Apostle every week. I know every time I've ever been to the ranch, she's cooking for him. And so she's from Houston and was supposed to be back in Houston today, yesterday, but we begged and pleaded with her and Miss Charlotte to give us a few more days, so they changed their flight. And the other lovely young lady is Miss Charlotte. She also is at New Light with Apostle. Is that you not? Okay. Oh, well you tell him you met Bishop Kim Brown. And you can tell him we were Issachar years before there was an I-3. He is our friend as well. I don't know, I took for granted, but she is at Toyota, works at Toyota. And there was a third, the young lady that we usually deal with the most, Miss Kim, but she has a restaurant, so she had to go back because her restaurant runs at the end of the week. And she said, you know, I don't mind staying, but we asked could they stay. And so thank you all so much. They have cooked our breakfast every day, our dinner every night.
Thank you.
Made the groceries and tell them, Miss Brenda, what you said to us. What's the favorite thing you like to do? And that ain't no smoke, y'all. When she say serve, we got ready to go to the park today. She went to Elder and said, tell everybody to bring their towels out and just leave them up here. And we're going to wash the towels and have them folded by the time they get back. I mean, you will offend her if you do not allow her to serve. And you know, for me, that's real uncomfortable for me. So she's just such a blessing, both of you all. So thank you once again for hanging out with us. Obviously, this is not a nickel and dime moment. It's a dream moment. You and I look at this as an investment. I didn't invest my money in us. I invested Jehovah's money and the saints' tithe in us. So when we get back, the Lord and the saints deserve ROI on their investment. And you know, if you saw nothing else today, you saw an experience. I want to remind you that during COVID, you know, I know y'all get tired of me saying this, but during COVID, thousands of churches in America folded up. I just use that as an example to remind us how graced we are. That in the midst of all that's going on with churches, all of y'all down here, we in places like this, and the reason why Elder and I come to places like this and bring you to places like this is to expose you to dreaming bigger than where we are. The other day, my brother-in-law found a picture of me and him sitting in Crenshaw Christian Center 20 years ago in the TV studio. Wow. And we sitting, I'm standing up, he's sitting down, and I'm standing up just like a black church. They got all these cameras and stuff. That room looks like the room that y'all are in right now. But 20 years ago, I mean, whatever the equivalent was. So what we learned is when we would go places like this, it was okay for us to go places like this and then come back. But how do you articulate it to people on the team? Now, I'm going to say, for those of you that are Chesapeake staff, y'all really need to put your hands together for Sister Shannon. Dr. Kimberly obviously have a lot more faith than the bishop, because I just found out this week that y'all was going because I think Miss Brenda asked us how many people. I said, well, it's going to probably be like 12, 13. And then Shannon said it's 37 if you count Sight Pass. I'm like, 37? So I'll tell y'all the truth. I started just calculating the number, and I stopped trying to add. Because we might need to have Supernatural Day of Giving next Sunday. And so, but the other thing I want to say about even those kind of moments is don't take for granted the church that we're a part of, y'all. And so, and please understand, I got to say this, Elder, because in the past, when we would do this, I feel like I got to say this, especially for Chesapeake staff. Hopefully you enjoyed the park today. Tomorrow we're going to the conference. If your cousin lives over in whatever part of Orlando and tells you, man, can you come? Because we've done this before, where we had a church member with us, and we were in a city where their loved ones lived, and we didn't see them the rest of the week. You can do that because you paid for you to be here. The rest of us, if you came here on the church's dime, you owe the church your time this week. Now, I'm not saying you got to go to every single session, but this ain't a vacation the rest of the week. And I need you to be looking through the lens of what you do. So I want to stop. Elder, I don't know if there's something you got to add. Good. Dr. Kimberly?
Not officially for this part of the
You know she waiting for the...
I'm not waiting.
Okay.
People waiting.
Yesterday, we had competition. We did it when we first got here. Everybody, numbers were put in a hat, and you had to draw your number, and for the rest of the week, that's your team. So it was 3 teams, there's 15 of us, 5 people on each team. So they want to award the trophies to the first place team.
It was biased, it was rigged.
Yeah.
It was
Anybody have anything you want to share?
Yeah.
Any input, conversation? This is your moment. Now everybody would be like to testify.
I want to say thank you. I'm the odd one out the group.
You hear about Grace?
Yes.
And
I thank you, Dr. Kimberly and Elder and Bishop and Pastor D. But I'm humbled to be in this room. and to be among some really great people. And I've been learning a lot already, just hanging out with staff. I just feel very honored, and just want to say thank you.
Thank you. And I guess I need to say, let me get on that. Obviously, thank you all, because nobody is crazy enough to think that whatever success God has allowed us to have is not because of this team. And nobody devalues what you do, whether it's security, whether it's running the light down. And you got to understand, y'all, for me, I try not to get emotional in these moments. This is more people than would be in church when I came.
Yep.
If this many people were in church on a Sunday morning, I would act a fool. I'd be like, we packed today. Somebody else.
I'll say this. We were talking, the guys in the car, we were talking today, and I know when I got involved in ministry at the church, the only person that was on staff was Bill Alexander.
That's right.
So I've seen everybody come on staff. And we were just talking about what it takes to make moments like Sunday happen. And I remember just saying to those guys, there's a price for being good at what you do.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and it's just a testament to everybody that's involved in ministry. You know, the vision, and never just accepting the fact that, even thinking that we've arrived or we're good at what we do. Because when those phone calls ring and they get calls from other people asking, how do you do these things? Where did the idea come from? It's just when that is your motivation and your desire to exceed and excel, that becomes the standard where everybody wants a part of.
And I'll add to that too, because we were talking, y'all know the first part of the week, you know, it was just the staff pastors and spouses, and, you know, we've been in our own little lock-in and retreat and planning and just trying to, you know, again, continue to build team unity and look at the foundations of, you know, where we are and how we're structured and where we're going and what the future looks like. And that's always hard when you don't have a model to follow. And, you know, we've said all the time that the Mount Global Fellowship of Churches is unique in its own way. There is no global fellowship model in terms of the way we've done it and planted it that we can follow. And so, you know, it's very scary and challenging at times, you know, to be the visionaries. But here was the key piece today as we walked. Where's Kimberly? Because we were talking when we walked in Walt Disney World. And that's why I think Bishop, what he's really trying to get us to understand is, even though going to Disneyland was fun, I hope you were able to pick something up. And, you know, first time stuff, oh yeah, we can start doing that. You know, there are things that we can incorporate into the experience of the Mount, which is the experience of Disney. But the piece that was profound for me was, you know, they got this statue of Walt Disney holding Mickey's hand, you know, when you first come in. And we were sitting there just looking at that and the castle. And the thought was, we said, this was the vision of one man. One man who had a dream of a Mickey Mouse, you know, but then Kimberly chimed in and she said, yeah, he had the initial dream, but it took a team to blow it up to be this. And at that moment, you know, we were sitting there saying, but that's the Mount Global Fellowship. Yeah, you know, Bishop is the visionary, maybe he's Walt Disney, but it's us, y'all, that can blow up the fellowship to be whatever, like, and I keep saying whatever God wants it to be, because I just came back. I'm sure Walt Disney would have never thought Disney was going to be that. I'm sure he had big ideas, but I don't think he thought that. And I keep saying every time we get together, and I know every time y'all get tired of hearing me say it, and I keep saying, y'all, the Global Fellowship ain't begun to be who I know God wants it to be. It is bigger than us. And that just hit me so profoundly today. I mean, they're celebrating 100 years. Mount Lebanon is 100 and...
1905. 1907.
I mean,
1902.
so it's
1907 is when
right, but it's over 100 years old. So my point though is, when the Mount Global Fellowship gets to 25 years or 50 years or 75 years or 100 years, what will that generation say when they walk somewhere? I mean, I don't know, right? And say, wow, this was the first pastor of the Pen. This was the first pastor of Western Branch. This was the first pastor of, and I guess that's why I love Pastor Teron's picture. Because that's the foundation of who we are. Y'all are the founders of each of your sites, and yeah, Bishop is here, but it's taking all of us to make this happen. So what is it going to look like? Well, that's up to us.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? To continue to inspire, which is what is so important right now. The next generation. If Walt Whitman had not, if Walt Disney had not, if he had not poured into the next generation his dreams, his aspirations, his thoughts, things that he wanted to see happen but never was able to live long enough to see it, but inspired the next level to say we can still make this happen because we've grabbed it and we've taken it another level. That's what I just want to see. That's where I am, and that's why y'all joking me about how you feeling in retirement. I've retired from day to day. I have not retired from the vision. I mean, I still got a passion for wanting to see this fellowship just be all God wants it to be. And I just know what's the song? He did all this and brought us this far for this to be it.
That's right.
I think we're the beginning, and I hope everybody can grab hold of the vision and want to be a part of what it can be.
So the first night, what was that? Monday night we did game night, and we played. I don't know if anybody's ever seen the TV show That's My Jam. I love that show. I got a little flack because that made the games on Monday night music specific, so that was biased against some people.
Oh, I'm totally illiterate to this.
So anyway, we started that, and then we were already split into our 3 teams. And then yesterday afternoon, to wrap up our site pastors retreat portion, we did a team building activity, kind of like what the directors I think did a couple of times back, a murder mystery game, and that obviously was the hardest of all of the challenges or games. And so out of that, we have in third place we had the hot boys.
I know, wave your hand,
Pastor Carl, go pick mine up. Go and pick mine up.
You hot boy too?
No, get that camera out of here.
And then in second place with a nice comeback because they were the underdog.
That's right.
What's y'all team name? Team 3. They didn't even come with
called Grace. We were called Grace.
Yes. Team 3 was Bishop, Elder, Pastor Elder. I don't know how they did all
For the record, the only reason our team came in second is because when we played our videos, the sound on the computer was with no audio on our side.
Yeah, our second place. We'll take it.
And team 1 interrupted us.
Dollar Tree. They were doing the clue. Okay, let me tell y'all what they were doing.
Oh, these heavy too. They got some weight to it.